What is this garbage you're watching? I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of that Gang Stalking Show. My name is Doug. I'm a former TI from 2004 until 2016. The topic of today's show is how to shut down gang stalking. This will lead, hopefully, to pretty much the end of you being harassed. May not end the electronic harassment or noise campaigns, but it will pretty much shut down people trying to annoy you, intimidate you, harass you, whether it be at work, street theater, any type of mobbing, directed conversation, or anything else that involves another person trying to harass you. I want to say this. I want to make this point real quick. What happens to a Broadway play that goes on Broadway and it's full production, opening night, nobody shows up? Somebody sent me a Facebook message. I hate that. Interrupting my video. But what happens if somebody, nobody shows up to a Broadway play? What happens? First night, it's a bomb. Second night, same thing. There's no audience. There's 1,000 seats out there on Broadway and nobody comes. They've got 20 actors, full production crew, stage hands, everything. Nobody comes. The actors have memorized their lines. It's going to be a 2-hour play. Nobody comes the next night. You know what happens? That play gets shut down. The actors go home and they're out of work. Now apply that. Spin it on its head. Apply that to your situation. Who are the actors in gang stalking? I hate that term, gang stalking. Mobbing, community harassment, whatever. Who are the actors? It's those idiots out there that are threatening you or color harassing you or gesturing, trying to sensitize you to this, that, and the other. It's those people. Who is the audience member? It's you. You're the only person that is the audience member. Out of 12 years of my targeting, not one time has anyone ever targeted me in front of a witness. It happened at work a lot, a shit ton, a lot. But it only happened when there were no other witnesses around. It never happened during 8 to 5. It never happened when administrative people were there. Didn't matter which job I was at. If I was in Tyler, Chandler, or Austin, it never, ever happened when there was a legitimate witness around. They would go about their business and act as if nothing was going on. And as soon as they had the room to themselves and to me, the only audience member, they would start acting. Yeah, Walmart's going to kill him. Or they would look at me and go, do things like that. They would go on this tangent about him getting killed. That pedophile over there is going to get killed. Walmart's going to kill him. I don't want to get into all the dialogue. It doesn't matter. I've heard it a million times. Anytime I was with a family member, it disappeared. It didn't happen. I could be living in my own apartment by myself in this small town called Rusk, and it would happen all the time. I went to go live with my sister. It stopped. Totally stopped. I could be out with my friends. It never happens. But when I go out by myself, these people that were stalking me, and a true stalker will never reveal himself. People that stalk, they don't give away their presence, or at least they try not to. But the thing about community harassment and mobbing is the actors, they want you to know that they're following you. They make these googly eyes at you like, I got my eyes on you, fucker. I'm watching you. Yeah, I'm watching you. You know I'm watching you. They carry on. They want you to feel their presence. But you're the audience member. If you don't participate, you don't show up to whatever Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, or Act 100. If you don't show up, you can be there physically, but if you don't participate, if you don't laugh or clap or hoot and holler because you just saw a great play and all that, and by that, I don't mean actually clap or laugh or hoot and holler. What typically happens is people get sucked into this mobbing, this theater, and they freak out. They start engaging the actors by looking at them, giving them a lot of attention, looking at them. You're making eye contact with them. They're making eye contact with you. They know you're watching them, and you know they are watching you. So you've got this intercommunication going on. When you stop that, it won't stop it immediately. But these people have got to report back to whoever set this up. I know a lot of people out there who are targeted individuals who think that everybody that does this to them is in on it. I hate to break it to you, but they're not. These people probably don't even know you from a hill of beans. They're doing this for some drugs, for a gift card, or because they don't want it to happen to them. They feel pressure to do it. So don't take this personal, because they're not taking it personal. They may enjoy what they're doing for the moment, but it's just business. When you learn to desensitize yourself to this and just say, I'm not going to respond. I'm going to just keep walking. It doesn't mean you don't have to note the skin color, their age, their apparent age, what they're wearing, things of that nature. You do all that. You look at your watch, you see what time it is. You go home, wherever you can, wherever you got a piece of paper, start your document. Start journaling what happened. Put the objective. What did you see? What did they say? What was their mannerism? Things of that nature. Did somebody do this to you? Describe it in writing. Don't put all the subjective in there. These people were here to kill me. Well, if they were here to kill you, why aren't you dead? You would never be able to make that entry into that journal. So that is what I'm getting at. Learn how to take yourself out of the play, because no play will ever go on and ever stay on for any length of time if the audience doesn't show up or the audience thinks it sucks and they don't respond. The same thing. Let's say that Broadway play goes on. The whole studio of Broadway, the whole audience is filled with people that came to watch the play. What would happen after 2 hours? Nobody gasped at a horrible scene, all in unison. What would happen if no one or laughed at something funny? What if nobody shrieked or went backwards, got scared? What would happen at the end of the play when the curtains closed and nobody did this? You know what would happen? That play would get a review in the New York Times or New York Compost or something like that. The play might go on one more day, but it would get shut down. Because, you know what? Everybody thought it sucked. It didn't affect them. It didn't invoke some mood or some comment or something, anything. And that's what actors want from an audience. If you can't admire what the actors are doing, or if you cannot appreciate it, and by appreciate it, I don't mean like. You can appreciate something without liking it. There's a lot of music out there that I don't get into. There's a lot of country music, this newer stuff. The musicians are good, but I don't appreciate it for what it is. They're making money. They're selling records. They're filling venues, but I just can't appreciate it. If you go into every scenario that that's thrown at you, whether it's mobbing, directed conversation, caller harassment, anything that involves other people trying to invoke you, trying to draw you in, if you do not let yourself get drawn in, you totally ignore it. By ignoring it, I'm just saying, you're not going to go to yourself, I'm just not going to pay attention. You don't just pay attention, but you do. You make, time, the day, what the people look like, and then when you get a chance, you go document. But aside from that, you don't sit there and fully appreciate for what it is. You don't sit there and go, oh my God, he scared me. They're scaring me. They're saying they're going to kill me. Whatever they say, whatever. If you're in a threatening situation, by all means, you should be ready to fight or flee. You should always carry a can of pepper spray or mace with you. You should always carry a good knife with you. You should always carry a good pen. And you're going, what do I need a pen for? Well, I tell you what, if someone comes up and they put mitts on you, you can take a ballpoint pen or a pencil and you can shove it right through their eyeball. And you can make somebody have a really bad day as a result of that. But if they don't do that and they're not, don't worry about it. And by saying don't worry, I just mean don't fear it. Don't sit there and mull it over in your head. Don't marinate on it. Don't dwell on it. Just get through it and get on with your day. Then after the situation's over, document it and then go about your business. Forget about it. Once it's documented, you don't have to play it over. You don't have to regurgitate everything. Go, well, they just did this and they just did that. And they meant this by doing this and they meant that by doing that. Don't sit there and entertain all this bullshit because it doesn't mean squat. Nothing that they do means anything other than fear, intimidation, and to contribute to confusion. I heard something today that directly plays into this. Why don't they say what they mean and mean what they say? By that, they say they're going to kill you, and they've been saying it for 5 or 10 years. Why don't they mean that? Why are you still alive? Why am I still alive? I've been threatened. Been threatened many times. As recently as 2016. Walk into a restaurant. I'm picking up food. I'm going to put in this bag. I'm going to zip it up and I'm going to take it to the customer. I walk into the restaurant, and I actually went to this restaurant today, and this is what made me think about it. There was this old East Texas gentleman sitting down, cross-legged, got his legs crossed. He's sitting next to a couple of other old gentlemen, maybe an older woman or two, and he's talking to them. Yeah. I have the lay of the land as soon as I walk into the room. Everywhere I go, I'm just like that. It's not paranoia, it's just vigilance. It's called situational awareness. You got to be that way. You got to know what's going on. But it's not motivated out of fear. It's motivated out of concern for my personal safety. So he's over here talking to these good old boys. And then he sees me as I'm walking up. And he looks at me and he goes, nudges somebody and goes, I can't believe that son of a bitch is still alive, man. Hell, there were 4 contracts on his life. Can you believe this son of a bitch is still alive? And he's looking in my direction, looking at me. And I hear him. I didn't go, oh my God, they're going to kill me. There's 4 contracts on my life. Because I already heard there was contracts on me. I go to the counter. I tell them who I'm there for, and I'm waiting on the food. I get the food and I leave. I could have beat his ass. I could have beat anybody's ass at that table. That's not the point. That was said. It could have been true. I don't know. It could have been. But I didn't walk out of there thinking, oh my God, I'm going to die. But the point being is that I've been threatened, especially since 2006, 2007, on upward until 2016. 9, 10, 11 years of a lot of threats. Still alive. They call this no-touch torture for a reason. It's because they torture you through psychological means. It's propaganda. It's all about creating a state of fear and confusion and hopefully paranoia. When all these 3 things get together and have this little orgy in your mind, it creates a heightened state of awareness. It further creates more fear. You marinate over it. You probably can't sleep. You're probably getting up and checking your blinds every 2 minutes. I'm letting y'all know this. If they were going to kill any of us, we'd be dead. We'd be dead already. Another point. The only time a killer ever lets his prey know he's going to kill him is in the movies. With organized community harassment, you get this veiled threat, veiled death threat, veiled macabre, veiled morbid themes throughout the directed conversations and whatnot. And it's all about killing you or doing you in. How many years have you been hearing this crap? Don't you think it's time to stop listening to it? You're going to be killed. You would have been dead. The point being that that stuff is only good for the movies. In real life, a contract killer, he goes in, he does the job, and he hopes he does it clean. He hopes he eliminates you without leaving any traces of his presence, any DNA, any clues. All of you, and me alike, we have all probably documented this out the wazoo. We have done our video, our vlogs, or whatever it is. We have left so much evidence that if we were ever murdered, shot, or killed, the cops would go through your home, the investigators would look at everything they could, and they would find it. Mine is going to be very easy to find. I made it that way. I got it in my briefcase. And aside from that, I got it in other places too, just in case there's dirty cops involved. And if there's dirty cops involved, well, I got a backup plan for that too. I'm not going to get into it. Just saying, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen to me, and it's not going to happen to you. Saw a gentleman on Facebook last night. I'm not going to mention his name. Very distraught and very upset. He was talking about these thugs outside of his window making their presence known, and they're going to kill him. And he posted this on Facebook. I wrote him back and go, it's not going to happen. Another guy posted, he goes, same thing happened to me like so-and-so years ago, and I just turned out my light and went to bed. Then I made my post, it's not going to happen. He wrote back, he goes, well, they've already tried to gun me down once before, and I don't know the extent of those circumstances. I mean, I have been in some situations where I thought I was going to get killed. There was one time in Austin, Texas in 2007, June 2007, I went down there. I left my home in East Texas, packed up everything, left in the middle of the night, hoping that I would evade detection. Next day I'm there. There is a gang, Hispanic gang of like 5 to 8 thugs. They're all gangbangers. They're wearing those white socks all the way up to here, long blue shorts, long white t-shirts, the bandanas, everything. I mean, just tatted up. I looked out my window. I go, oh, okay. Now's not a good time to go outside. I went over and I started watching TV. Had my trusty 38 by my side. I wasn't worried. I wasn't going to go outside. I wasn't going to go start something with them. I wasn't going to go, y'all need to step off. Wasn't going to do anything. It's like, whatever. They want to hang out there. It's 104 degrees out here in Austin right now. They want to stay out there all damn day. I don't give a rat's ass. They want to camp in front of my door. I don't care. Did I call front desk? Nope. Didn't give me any reason to suspect that I had any problems or any fear of them. Did I have any concerns? Yeah, I was concerned. But that's it. That's where it stopped. I was concerned enough to know they're out there. Okay, I'm aware. What am I going to do? I'm going to sit here and watch the TV, and I'm going to go to bed. And in the morning, I'm going to get up and look for a job. That's what I did. In the morning, they were gone. Didn't see them again. The point of all of this is, you've got to learn to desensitize yourself from this. I talked about this in another video I got. It's something about classical conditioning and conditioning. All this whole targeting thing is all based off of psychological warfare, propaganda. That's all it is. It's no-touch torture. Once you realize this, you've been through enough of this stuff, you've seen it enough already, you should be conditioned to it enough to go, they've been doing this shit for years. They think that I'm going to go, oh, I'm scared? No. At one point, yeah, I was. I was hysterical. At one point, I couldn't sleep. At one point, I didn't sleep at all. But now, it doesn't faze me at all. It shouldn't faze you. I watched this one video a while back. It's about this kid who keeps jacking with his father. His father should have beat his son's ass, is what he should have did. This is being really disrespectful. This kid, he's got prank videos where he pranks his father all the time. He goes up behind him, he goes, boo! And his father gooses real easy and goes, oh! And he does this all day long, and the guy keeps going, ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't understand that. Maybe one time, and this is the way I am naturally, before gang stalking started, someone came up behind me and go, boo, I'll go like that. I may flinch a little bit. Then if they try it again, they're not going to get anything out of me because I know what's coming. I've already told myself this is probably going to happen again. They're on a tear today. This is the theme for the day. I mean, when I was younger, this is kind of stupid behavior I got around some of my buddies. And even today, let's say I'm working somewhere, and let's say I'm working as a nurse, and another nurse comes up behind me and gooses me in the side. Well, number one, I don't goose. I don't go, oh. It doesn't do anything. Some people, it makes them crap their pants. Me, it just doesn't do anything. Number two, I don't have a psychological response of going, ooh, or being scared. And a lot of people do. And I've done that to people in the past thinking it's funny, but I don't do it anymore because I'm older and wiser and it's not funny anymore. But I'm just saying, you people, you don't need to be all worked up about this. No one is going to kill you. No one's going to cut your throat. No one's going to touch you. If that kind of stuff is happening, if it's going to happen, it would already happen. Like this guy, he's been a TI for 9 long years. They've had plenty of time to kill him. They've had plenty of time to send somebody in and just take him out. They've had plenty of time to take me out. They've had plenty of time to take you out. Why are we still here? It's the nature of the game. That is not part of the script. It does not involve taking anybody out. It does involve driving people to extreme forms of paranoia to where they slowly become paranoid. They slowly lose touch with reality. They're in a heightened stage of fear. They become depressed. They become hysterical. They have all this going on in their life, and they cannot get on top of themselves to figure things out. That does happen. These people, particularly these types of people, they usually end up in a mental hospital for the rest of their life or for very long periods, committed by a court or by a judge. But if they can't break you like that, you're not going. Another thing they try to do is get you to act out irrationally. Let's say you take a baseball bat from one of these guys and knock his head off. Just knock him out. Take all of his teeth out of his head. Just his jaw is just hanging down here to his chest. Well, guess what? You showed him you're not to be messed with. But guess what? You're going to go to jail, and you're going to spend a lot of time in jail. And they can further harass you in jail. It won't stop. People just let it roll off. Let it just let it go. Like I said, you can document this later, but don't sit there and engage in it. Don't be a willing participant from the audience that's going to go bravo or jump or flinch or gasp or whatever. Don't do any of that. Just walk amongst them. If you got to go through them, just go through them and keep going. If they're at work, I tell you what to do at work. Get one of these on. You can go to all this spy stuff online. You can get something that looks like this. This doesn't have a camera or anything in it. This is just a toy my grandmother gave me a long time ago. You can get stuff like this. It's got a camera in it, high resolution, and good video, good audio quality. And you can put something like this on your desk where you're working at. And if people are over there talking crap about you, point that camera over there at them. They'll never know it's one. Just point it over there at them. And then go about your business. And if there's anything to capture, it'll get it. If there's any audio, it'll get it. If it's not, it just didn't happen that day. But the thing about it is, just don't pay attention to it. I mean, know that it's happening, but just let them know, I'm sorry, dude. Whatever act this is, whatever part of this play, it sucks. You're not going to get a response out of me. I'm sorry. You know, you have to do a better job than that. And they've tried to do a lot of better jobs with me, and it just doesn't work. I just want to let you people know that. Thought I had another thought somewhere. But I'm going to leave you one more thought. Jackie Robinson, he broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball. He had to endure more stuff than any TI I've ever known or even heard about. He had to show up for work every day when these racist ball players would call him the N-word all day long, up and down, sun up, sun down. He had to learn to deal with that. You know it made him madder than hell. But he got coaching. He was like, don't respond to it, Jackie. Just don't feed into it. You know, he went home and he probably, knocked over some furniture, put his fist through the wall, stuff like that. It's understandable. I would have done it too. But you know what he did that was remarkable? He didn't let any of that get to him. He just showed him he was there to play ball, and he did it better than the majority of those other sorry racist son of a bitches. So you think that you're the only one that can bellyache about your problems in life? There's other people out there that's been through it, had it worse. I know a lot of people got it a lot worse than I am. And another thing that you can do to help you to feel better and help you to feel safer is you can carry a gun with you wherever you go. I don't know what gun laws are in your state, but in my state, you can carry a concealed gun, not on your person, but in your car wherever you go. I even went to the police department here in my hometown, where I'm living at, and I asked them just to make sure, so what happens if you pull me over and I got a gun in my car? Well, if I don't see it, we don't have a problem. I said, so if I put my gun, my pistol, on my front seat and it's covered by a small hand towel, you can't see it? We don't have a problem. I go, okay. And I know if I go anywhere and anybody causes me any problem, and I feel like they want to kill me, I'm going to shut that down real quick. And I hope that you would too. Because you don't want to be a sheep amongst wolves. And the majority of these people that participate in gang stalking, they're not wolves. They're a bunch of coward foxes. They come in and snip at you, trying to be a wolf, but they're not a big bad wolf. They're just a little coward fox that comes in and nips at your heels, and as soon as you turn around, he's gone. Wolf is going to come in and consume you. You need to be a sheepdog. Sheepdog won't put up with wolf. He'll tear a wolf's ass up. Not telling you this to be a badass or anything else like that. God knows I'm not one. But I am not one. I'll sit there and let you talk crap about me all day long. Because I know I have worked in many different professions where people have talked crap to my face. Didn't have anything to do with gang stalking. Working in a mental institution. Several mental institutions. I've even had a guy, an old timer, come up wearing these old wingtips. And these shoes weigh about 3 pounds apiece. And the heel on them, he had a metal tap on the bottom of his heel. Sitting down in a chair. He took, bam! Hit me right on top of my head. Started bleeding from my head. And I got up. And I was about to take him down. But I was like, I really couldn't take him down because after he did that, he was no more of a threat. He was not harming anybody else, and I did not have a reason to take him down other than a personal reason. And if I took him down because my personal reason, because he shouldn't have done that and he hurt me, I would have lost my job and they would have probably filed charges on me. So I didn't take him down. Other times I had hair, when I had long hair going down halfway down my back, another mental patient grabbed a handful of hair and pulled it out of my scalp until my scalp bled. There was blood coming out of the back of my head. I can't sit there and beat the guy up. Only thing I can do is restrain him. And when people talk crap about you, just let it go. But if someone is going to kill you, you know it. And you know what's about to happen. But if someone's talking shit, just whatever, man. You can talk all the shit you want. I don't care. Anyway, that's the end of my show. I'm going to be doing some more videos coming up. Make sure you like and subscribe. When you like and subscribe, that shows YouTube that, hey, this video's got it going on. This channel's got it going on. And it gets us more airtime. It gets us shown in different spots on YouTube. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye. Be safe.
That's all, folks.